What's up, guys? My name's PortalCrasher, and welcome back to another episode of If My Heart Had Wings. Now, in the last episode, we discovered that we've been assigned by our mother to be the dorm mother of this all-girls dormitory. And for anyone who doesn't know, a dorm mother is basically, their job is to take on the responsibilities of a parent, whilst simultaneously not being a parent to the students at the dorm room. It's kind of a weird situation, but it's Japan, so it's whatever. So my first job is to make breakfast for the boarders. Munch munch, that's some good eatin'. Aoi, you're good at cooking. Can I have some more rice? Sure, a big bowl, right? You know it. I'm pretty confident in my cooking. Until recently, I was living with my father, who was ordered to transfer to the country, and every day I helped with the housework. I was in charge of preparing the meals, and it's not like I hated cooking or anything. That's one of the reasons why I accepted the job as dorm mother. So the others don't need breakfast, huh? Since just now no one has come in to the dining hall. Sometimes there would be someone walking through the hallway in front, but they seem to be sneaking around. Kaneko looked towards the hallway just as the oldest boarder Yuko was peeking in before swiftly dashing off. Geez, they're all so naive. They still haven't gotten used to boys. But Keifu is a co-ed school, right? Even if you go to the same school, you won't see them with their bed heads and faces without makeup. I see. It seems that a guy being the dorm mother of a girls' dormitory will have its problems after all. Well, duh! Not only are you exceptionally creepy, but you're also a dude, and they're all girls. There's obviously going to be a level of awkwardness. There's a reason why I accepted the job as dorm mother at Flying Fish Manor. I'd love to hear it. Tell me all about it. Not long ago, the owner janitor collapsed. It sounds like she's pretty old. As well as straining her back, she caught a summer cold, which became aggravated. The owner soon began looking for a replacement, but it was hard to find one. Then she sought help from the real estate company where my mother works. This is one of the properties that my mom manages, and is an old acquaintance of the owner from decades ago. She nominated me for the job just as I was planning to come back here. On the documents, my mom is the one responsible for this place, but she got me to carry out the practical duties, in other words, the work of the dorm mother. Then, that became the condition for me coming back to this town. As always, she's very crafty, but I wasn't really against the idea, so I accepted. If I'd known it was a girls' dormitory, of course, I would have refused. Would you have, though? With as creepy as you are? This place is old, a little far from the school, but the rent is cheap. Apart from the food and admin expenses, it costs next to nothing. That's why it would be a big problem for me if I couldn't stay here, and if, in the worst case scenario, the boarders won't be able to go to school. So for now it seems that everyone has accepted a guy as the dorm mother. Thanks for the meal. Phew, that was good. Kaneko stacked up the dishes on the counter and licked her lips in satisfaction. Everyone will get used to you soon. Well then, I'm off now. She had eaten it all, not even a single grain of rice was left. To have people enjoy my cooking feels pretty good. I feel deeply relieved. I'm happy that things are going well. Oh geez, I better get ready for school. Ah! In the entrance of the dormitory, there was Kotori. She was dressed in her uniform and looked like she was about to go to school. Morning, Kotori. Morning. Are you going to school? Shall we go together? Huh? Why would you want to do that? Why? Well, if you're worried about my legs, then there's no need. Humph. Huh. She put it bluntly as she quickly went out the front door. I don't have any friends at school, so I was just asking. It looked like we'd had a strange misunderstanding. So now we're going to school. Like a normal teenager. Wearing my new uniform, I make my way to school. I'm a dorm mother, but also a student of Keifu Academy. I mean, this is my real occupation. Today is the first day at my new school. I'm not really the shy type, but I guess I am kind of nervous. I would say that the school I was going to before was a sports-focused all-boys school. Keifu Academy, the school I'll be going to now, is an engineering school and a co-ed, and the school traditions are quite different too. As I walk the streets that lead to school, there are more and more groups of people wearing the same uniform. This is the same area in which I lived 5 years ago. There should be few people that I know, but most of the people who I recognize went on to regular schools. I wonder if the ones who chose to go to Keifu Academy remember me. Even if I only know one person, it would make a big difference. There'll be more weird misunderstandings with Miss Alul, too. Oh yeah, which school did Egaha and the others go to? Whoa! Who knows? They're my childhood friends who I always played with when I was a kid. There's Agaha, Mabu, Hotaru, and Anchan. Out of that group, Agaha and Mabu are the same age as me, but we haven't met in 5 years and haven't really stayed in touch. We just about managed to exchange New Year's cards, but that reminds me, in the corner of last year's New Year's card, I think there was a small message about which school they were planning to go to. What did it say? A lot of things happened, or maybe I'm just lazy, but I haven't told anyone apart from Anchan that I'm coming back. To be honest, I'm not even sure how I should be if I meet them. Ooh, now we're just gonna warp back to reality. With the ones like Agaha, she'd probably smash my face in. She'd say, "Why didn't you contact me?" or something. She looked and acted like a real tomboy. When I remember the past, it makes me smile, but... Hey. At the point where Toe Street leading to the school meet... Wait, what? At the point where Toe Street leading to the school meet... I think that's supposed to be 2 streets leading to the school meet. There was a girl wearing a Keifu uniform standing there looking towards me. The other girls that she was walking to school with asked, "What's up?" and seemed puzzled as they spoke to her. However, it seems that the girl can't hear them and she's staring over here at me. Just faintly, her eyes seemed full of surprise. She's pretty cute. Why is that automatically the first place your mind goes whenever you see a girl? Dude, seriously. This protagonist is hopeless. Without realizing, I stopped walking and was staring at the girl, probably because she was staring at you too. Until a few days ago, I was going to an all-boys school. The sight of a girl on the way to school in her uniform, she was pretty cute too, causing me to get palpitations is perfectly reasonable. Okay. Is that you? Aoi? Okay, this girl knows me. Yes. Yes it is. Suddenly having someone call my name in such a carefree manner made me feel a little nervous. Who is it? It is you, Aoi! No way, it really is you! There, she said my name again, and she has such a happy expression on her face. Do I know any girls this cute? No, wait, I've seen this face before. When she smiles like this, and her eyes sparkle like a little kid's. Is that you, Agaha? Yeah, of course, it's me, Agaha. Did you forget my face? She asked as she briskly moved closer, bringing her face right up to mine. It's definitely Agaha. She changed a lot, but if I look at her face, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt that it's her. Is it really that Agaha? Yeah, very funny. How many other Agahas do you know? 100% authentic. The real Agaha Himagi. What is it? What is it? Said the other girls as they gathered around in a circle. Agaha turned to face them and introduced me. This is Aoi Minase. He's a transfer student. You remember him, don't you, Sakin? Sakin replied, "No way, Aoi," as she warmly raised her voice in surprise. When we were in 4th grade of elementary school, we were in the same class once. Aoi and I are childhood friends. He used to live here, but he got transferred to another school, right? The girls seemed impressed by Agaha's explanation as they looked at me with eyes full of expectation. Nice to meet you. I'm Aoi Minase. In front of all these girls in their uniforms, I greeted them with a stern look on my face as I tried to hide my embarrassment. That's okay, you look like a dork anyway. Agaha laughed as she looked on with relish. I never thought I would find myself doing introductions in the street on the way to school like this, so I was totally unprepared. I'll say it again. Let me do it again. I could hear Miss Alul's words in the back of my mind. You've gotten taller. I didn't recognize you at first. As she spoke, Agaha was moving her hands around my head to show the difference in height between myself and her. Our bodies were making contact, but she either didn't notice or didn't really mind. She's like hitting you with her hand. I flinched slightly, but the fact that she was so unreserved actually made me feel more comfortable. Back in the day, we used to have such good matches. Boys are so unfair. Speaking of which, you've changed too. Really? As she said, "You think so?" she looked at herself. Yeah, you always looked like a boy, so I was surprised to see that you became a girl. My gosh, this protagonist though, he's like the most insensitive freaking... it's killing me. Those are my honest thoughts, but I said them in a way that sounded weird. Yeah, no duh. I thought she might find it slightly charming, but... So I've become quite the woman, have I? Haven't I? Agaha laughed happily and did a little turn on the spot. The force of her spin made her skirt float around gently. Of course. Yeah, it's like you're not really Agaha. While dazed and not really thinking, those thoughts just kind of slipped out. Yay, alright. Agaha was pleased and did high fives with her friends, for some reason. Seeing her in high spirits like this was just like old times. Whoop, okay. Didn't know what I just did there. Agaha, my best friend during my childhood, hadn't changed in the 5 years that had passed. Her appearance was surprising though. Just physically, or just at this particular moment? The lessons on my first day at my new school flew by in the blink of an eye, as they always do, because school is boring. Between the language and social studies lessons taught in regular schools were those from a specialist curriculum. I was still in the 2nd grade, so there aren't that many, but it looks like when you go into the 3rd and 4th grades, the number of these specialist lessons increases. By the way, this is a 5-year school. Just throwing that out there. That's why, when walking the hallways, this kind of thing happens. Hey, she's pretty. I'm just like gawking at every girl I see. Coming from an all-boys school with its sad customs, I couldn't help my eyes from following the girls as I walked past them. Yeah, I was right about that. Oh, so you're already checking out the girls. No, that's not it. I just thought that they looked really grown up, that's all. Yeah, your excuses are about as lame as your personality. They're seniors from the 4th and 5th grades, aren't they? At our age, a gap of 3 or 4 years is pretty big. The students in the upper grades look pretty mature, very mature. Also, although this is a specialist school, the percentage of girls is pretty high. Of course it is, because this is a Japanese romance novel, so the percentage of girls has to be high. Huh? Why is that? I just told you, Aoi, because it's a Japanese visual novel. Without thinking, I really took an interest in that, and Agaha looked at me as if she wanted to call me a pervert. Rightly so. At the time that the school was rebuilt, they made an effort to accept more girls. I had heard about that before I had transferred. They increased the number of courses for girls and asked famous designers to make the designs for the new buildings. It had been said, thanks to that, the ratio of boys and girls is about 50-50, which is one of the selling points at the school. Bearing this in mind, I felt uneasy about choosing this school as the one I would transfer to, but I'd like people to think that it can't be helped because I'm from an all-boys school. By the way, it's now lunchtime. I love how he's just throwing these in like, by the way, this is a 5-year school. By the way, it's now lunchtime. By the way, I'm a horrible person. Agaha is in the middle of giving me a guided tour of the school building. Yeah, but this is really an amazing school. The school itself is pretty old. Due to its being a special kind of school, of course, it's famous in the local area. I've known about it too since I was a little kid. The school building has been rebuilt over the last few years, with the renovations divided into several stages, the last of which was completed just 1 year ago. Am I the only one who finds this extremely boring? It's said that It's said that is because of the famous designers. Wow, that's really weirdly worded. The design uses many curved lines, so the appearance is far removed from what that generally associated is generally associated with the word school. There have been a lot of typos here. It felt like I had entered some kind of sci-fi setting. The facilities are first class too. Air conditioning, full disabled access, so anyone can feel peace of mind as they spend their school days here. Haha, school days. Disabled access? That's right, Miss Kotori should be somewhere in the school. But Aoi, you really have changed. Agaha, as she walked by my side, was happily murmuring as she looked at my face. In the past, your face was cuter, but now it seems more rugged somehow. I'm not entirely sure how that could have happened. Yeah, same to you. Hey, I don't look rugged. Hey, you fool. If she knew that when we met on the way to school earlier, I thought, she's pretty cute, she'd never let it go. So I'd better keep quiet. If I hadn't heard it from Anchan, I never would have realized. You heard it from Anchan? Yes, that you were coming back. By the way, I'm in the same class as Agaha. She knew that I might be coming as a transfer student, which is why she wasn't that surprised by our chance meeting this morning. Hey you, if you were going to come back, you should have contracted me. Contracted me. Sorry. The reason why we call him Anchan, oh, okay, isn't because he's like an older brother type guy. Aniki equals an older guy, like a big brother. He was our childhood friend, but he was much older than us, so we nicknamed him Anchan. He's not related by blood, but he's just like a real big brother. Agaha glared at me and said, "Jeez," as I tried to laugh it off. The old me would have made you taste of the axe bomber lariat. What? Oh, she wouldn't really have hit me. As we talked, we went back to the classroom. Wow, and the airlock opened, and we entered our classroom. The classrooms weren't exactly normal either. Yes, I can see that. Oh, perceptive protagonist. I feel a little uneasy taking lessons here, but maybe I'll get used to it sometime soon. By the way, there's a girl in a wheelchair in this school, right? Miss Alul. No, I mean, she's called Kotori Habane. I asked Agaha as we returned to our seats. I didn't ask what grade she was in, but even if it's not the same, I thought Agaha would at least be aware of her. Yeah. Agaha reacted like she was being evasive. It wasn't just Agaha, but the other people sitting nearby who heard our conversation also seemed kind of awkward. If you're after Kotori, she's in this class. It looks like she's not here today, though. After Agaha said that, someone added, "You mean today either, don't you?" The way she said that seemed quite harsh. That can't be. I mean, I thought about explaining that she had left the dormitory this morning in her uniform, but I held my tongue. The atmosphere was kind of strange. Recently, she's been off school for a long time. Seems like she's not feeling well. Woo! Yesterday she went out to Windmill Hill, and then later she was chasing that duck around the halls of the dormitory. And this morning she left wearing her uniform. Is she skipping school? Ooh. Back to reality. However, more worrying than what Kotori is up to is the reaction of the others in the class when they heard us talking about her. Even Agaha looked like she had something she wanted to say but couldn't. But I don't really know what the situation is, so I can't really say anything. Hey, Yamamoto, can you lend me your English dictionary? As the awkwardness started to fade, an optimistic voice called out. From the entrance to the classroom, a carefree-looking guy poked his head and started speaking to a boy in our class. Oh, good timing. Hey, Mabao. Finally, another male character! Huzzah! What is it, Agaha? Wait, alright, we gotta get this guy a voice. He looks kind of timid. Oh, what is it, Agaha? You want something? The guy known as Mabao came into the classroom. Uru-chan's in a bad mood because you and I are friends. That's what you might call jealousy, right? Oh, that's what you might call jealousy, right? Whatever, come over here. Huh? Who is this? A transfer student? Agaha looks pretty cute, but she's like a dude on the inside, so watch out. Agaha and I both looked blankly at him for a moment. Well, what? Long time no see, my bow. Huh? Why is this transfer student being so buddy-buddy with me? His face seemed to say. It's me, have you forgotten me? It's me, you say. Huh? What? Is that you, Aoi? Oh, he's apparently a lot more energetic than I'm making him sound. I look at Agaha and she wanted to surprise him, so it seems like she intentionally didn't tell him. This slightly superficial guy is Masatsugu Tasaki, or Mabao as we call him. He's our childhood friend. Whoa, why is Aoi here? So is he a transfer student? Huh? What? You're way too surprised. Of course I'm surprised. What? You seem well, Mabao. You've grown pretty big. What? Masatsugu used to be really small, but now he was about the same size as me. It's not quite like the change in Agaha. Man, that's really awkward to say. But in the 5 years that have passed since we were kids, it looks like he's grown to be about twice the size. Hey, you two. We grabbed each other by the right hand. This was instead of a small quiet greeting. Is it really you, Aoi? Yeah, I'm back, Mabao. Welcome back. Oh man. This time, bam! He gave me a full-on hug. Hey! Okay, so this is what they call passionate friendship, huh? We were the only ones who thought so, whereas all the girls around us were totally freaked out. I missed you, Aoi. What? No, not really. You traded. What? I'm so confused. Mabao suddenly backed off and thrust his finger at the end of my nose. What is this all of a sudden? I thought you just upped and left, and you didn't even contact me. Do you even know what Agaha and I have been through, you jerk? No, you can't involve me in this. And after that, how dare you? I'm sorry, but it's not my fault that I had to move away. If you want to complain, say it to my dad. I thought about writing a letter, but I felt kind of embarrassed. For the most part, the fact that there was no contact was both our faults. You traitor! I'll never forgive you! I hate you! You're an idiot! With saliva flying out of his mouth as he emphasized his words, Mabao forgot all about borrowing the English dictionary and he stormed out of the classroom. Are you a little kid or something? It wasn't just us, but everyone in the classroom was shocked. I thought this might happen, which is why I didn't tell him. You're evil. If he'd known, he would have been going off at full throttle like that from the beginning. Oh. I think that was the correct decision. I want to say thank you. Even so, he did seem really upset about it. He recently got a girlfriend, and he's really into her. When we were kids, he'd always say, Aoi, Agaha, wait, as he followed us everywhere we went. It's fine, he'll soon go back to how he always is. That guy really likes you, Aoi. Don't say it like that, it sounds weird. Yeah, it really does, creepy person. Really? I think it's cute! While we carried on talking, the bell to mark the end of lunchtime sounded. Everyone put away their lunchboxes and got ready for the next lesson. Agaha went back to her seat. She stopped halfway, then walked back. What's up? Agaha seemed concerned about those around us and lowered her voice. I was wondering, how do you know about Kotori? Well, the truth is, my mom asked me to be the dorm mother of a student dormitory. I lowered my voice so that those around us couldn't hear. The caretaker of a dormitory? Kotori is boarding there. Oh, really? My mom asked me to take good care of Kotori. Wait. Did she? Because I'm pretty sure she didn't. Even if she hadn't, I'd be worried about her anyway. As she listened to my explanation, Agaha thought it over. Her expression darkened somehow. If it carries on like this, she'll stop coming altogether. Everyone's worried about her. It looks like she's not really enjoying school. Well, it's not abnormal. It looked as if she was saying, I can't believe she doesn't enjoy school. You seem to enjoy it. Me? Of course I do. It's a fun school, that's why. I guess. It was still my first day at a new school, but I was enjoying it quite a lot too. Really? Is that so? Whether or not she was convinced by my story, Agaha mumbled something or other as she returned to her seat. Alright, that's actually, I think, an ample place to conclude another episode. But it was fun, as it always is, and I shall catch you guys later.